dimensions and subspaces. First, we will cover these 9 sections, except the ones which has star marked, and in 2 weeks. Okay. You know that our free ebooks can be downloaded from this web address, and there are many informations that you can find in many addresses, like here. You will find all of those contents, like here, chapter, for example, 7 and 1, 2, 3, 4. You can find all those in these web addresses. Anyway, and also here, this is a pretty good website that I made for you. Here, from the free ebook that I made, and also there are advanced courses, from the introductory course to the second course of linear algebra, and made the graduate course linear algebra and numerical linear algebra and math modelings, and now it's big data, etc. Here I have made interactive linear algebra lab in here. By using this, you will see the geometrical meaning of the linear algebra concept in here. So many of these are on the geometric meaning of linear transformations, but also you will find many others, including quadratic forms and Fourier series, and etc. Volumes and Gram-Schmidt also normalization process as well. Okay, and here there are many others, and also theory. And this one here, you will actually. This is a kind of computational tools that you find the lengths and powers and nullity and REF, trace, power of matrix, determinant, adjoint, characteristic polynomial, norms, and LU, QR decomposition, and singular value decomposition, and many others. These were all coded by ourselves here. So for the computation, actually you don't have to worry much. You can do it easily. But you have to understand how this works from this course. This is a kind of introduction for the whole chapter in chapter 7. We now start from properties of basis and dimensions. Here, this is English lectures that I gave. You will see the whole details of the lectures that I gave, and also this is another lecture that I gave in Korean. So the earlier one was given in English. This one was given in Korean. From here, you will see very easy explanations which was given to the student at Korean National Open University, and still they are learning the linear algebra in this way. So when you have a difficulty on language, then you can use this web content that you can use. And also, this is the one that I showed you. And from here, you can go through the chapter 7 in a much easier way with your own native languages. Okay, but we will go through the chapter 7.1 here. Okay, in section 7.1, we will learn the concept of basis and dimensions. And so let's start from the definition of basis. Set of vectors S in Rn. If it satisfies the following two conditions, then we call this subset S is a basis. These two condition is this. First, S is linearly independent, and second, span of S is Rn itself. Then, if S satisfies these two conditions, then this S is called a basis for Rn. Okay, so yeah, we have mentioned the examples of the basis here. In R2, the vectors E1 and E2, which is 1, 0 and 0, 1, is a linear independent vectors. And also, if the linear combination of these two can generate any vectors in R2. Any vector arc xy in R2 can be written as x times E1 plus y times E2. So it spans, this spans R2. So these two vectors, the set of these two vectors is a linear independent vector, it's a set, and also it spans R2. So this is a basis for R2. In Rn, similarly, the set of vectors E1 up to En this is a linear independent vectors, and also the linear combination of these generate any vectors in Rn. So it is a basis. We call these are the standard basis for R2 and Rn. Okay. Then, how to show linear independence of vectors in Rn? Okay, so when you show the given n vectors in Rn is linear independent or not, then all you have to do is just let the linear combination of these xi's is equal to 0 vector and show all the coefficients are 0. In that case, you set up the matrix A, whose column vectors are the given ones here. Then this linear system of equation can be written as this homogeneous linear system of equation. If this linear system of equation has a unique solution C, which is a 0 vector, then it is a linear independent set of vectors. So, in order to do that, all we have to check is just to check the determinant of A, whether it is 0 or not. If the determinant of A is not 0, then clearly C should be a 0 vector that says this. So it is a linear independent vectors. If this is not, if determinant of A is equal to 0, which means you have a free variables that has infinite many solutions for this homogeneous linear system, which include the non-zero CIs that satisfies this. So in that case, it is linearly dependent. So this is a theorem first. If you have n vectors in Rn, then form a matrix whose column vectors are these. Then find the determinant of that matrix and check whether it is 0 or not. If it is not 0, then these vectors are linear independent. If this is 0, then it is not linearly independent. So it is linearly dependent. Okay? Mm-hmm. So this is a proof. The CI is linear combination equals 0. Then you can write this in this form, which can be written as a linear system, homogeneous linear system of equation like this. This linear system always has a trivial solution, and if determinant of this matrix is not 0, then this is a unique solution. If determinant is equal to 0, then you have a non-trivial solution, which means it is not linearly independent. Okay. So that's it. So if I give you the 3 vectors in R3, then we can easily check the determinant of a matrix whose columns are these, and we say in this case the determinant of this matrix was 9, which is not 0. So this is linear independent set like this. So if I give you another vector set like this, then we can check. This is also another linear independent vector. If we have four vectors in R4, then we can do the same thing. If we have k vectors in Kn, then we can do the. So the same approach can be used for any n vectors in Rn. So you can check it. Also, there are another command that asks you whether it is a linear dependent vectors or not. Okay, here. Show these three vectors in R3 is a basis. How you can show it? Okay, so as you see here, and so any linear system of equation can be written. If the three vector, the arbitrary vector can be written as a linear combination of these three given three vectors, then we can form a linear system of equation like this. If the determinant of this coefficient matrix is not 0, then there exists A inverse. So if we multiply A inverse on here, then clearly the C1, C2, C3 does exist. That satisfies this linear system of equation. Okay. That's it. And this concept can be generalized for Rn as well. Let S be a basis for Rn, and for R bigger than n, any subset T of Rn is linearly dependent. If you have R vectors in Rn, which is more than n vectors, then it cannot be linearly independent. So it cannot be a basis. Okay? And also, if T is linear independent, this is a contrapositive of this statement. If T is linearly independent, then R must be less than or equal to n. That's what I said. Here is the proof for this. And also, you can find the proof in Korean here as well. Here, let S is a basis for Rn, and T can be written as a linear combination of xi's. Okay, so yj, each of yj's can be written as a linear combination of these xi's. Okay, so we can form a linear combination of all of these as well, and let it be 0. Then, from here, we can form this linear system of equation. But xi's are linearly independent. So, these coefficients should be 0 for all. Okay? What this means is this. Here, if this homogeneous linear system of equation has R unknowns and n equations, and R is greater than n, then it has free variables. So it has infinite many solutions, including non-trivial solutions, which means when you have a linear combination of all those yi's, the sum of coefficients, ci, may not be 0. So it cannot be linearly independent if R is greater than n. 무슨 말인지 알겠죠? 그러니까 Rn 안에 S가 기저면 S의 개수는 n개가 되는데 그보다 더 많은 개수의 벡터를 갖는 그런 집합 T는 결코 1차 독립일 수가 없다는 것이에요. 여기서부터 뭐가 나오냐면 그래서 if S and T are both basis for Rn, then the number of the vectors in those two sets should be same. Rn 안에 두 개의 기저가 있으면 그 두 개의 기저 안에 있는 벡터의 개수는 무조건 똑같아야 된대요. 그렇죠? Dimension. So that, from that, the dimension can be defined. If S is a basis for Rn, then the number of vectors in S is called the dimension of Rn. And simply we write it as the dimension of Rn. 그러니까 Rn의 기저의 개수는 똑같은 거 아니야? 어떤 기저든지. 그러니까 Rn의 기저의 안에 있는 Rn의 기저는 여러 개가 있을 수 있죠. 근데 그 기저 안에 있는 벡터들의 개수는 똑같지. 그러니까 어떤 Rn을 주든지 Rn을 주면은 그 기저 하나를 찾아서 그 기저의 개수를 써놓으면 그게 바로 우리가 그걸 그 벡터 스페이스 Rn의 디멘전이라고 정의한다. 그리고 쓰기를 디멘전 오브 Rn이라고 이렇게 쓴다는 것이에요. 그렇죠? 그 안에 있는 개수가 몇 개, Rn 안에 있는 기저라 그러면 안에 있는 개수가 기저 아래에 있는 벡터의 개수가 몇 개라고? exactly n개라고. RK의 기저는 벡터가 몇 개? K개. R 5승의 기저는 개수가 되지 않은 벡터 개수는 5개. 그렇게 되는 거예요. 그러니까 디멘전은 그냥 기저만 찾으면 바로 따라 나오는 것이죠. 기저 하나만 찾으면 나오는 것이죠. 그러니까 RL에 대해서는 이미 스탠다드 기저를 여러분들 알고 있지. 표준 기저. 그러니까 그냥 표준 기저 따라 나오는 거지. 그치? 쉽게 찾을 수 있지. 이제 이게 더 나아가서 RN이 아니라 일반적인 벡터 스페이스 V의 기저를 찾고 하는 것들을 배우는 거예요. 나중에 행렬들의 집합도 있다 그랬죠? 행렬들의 집합도 벡터 공간을 이룬다 그랬지? 거기에 기저 어떻게 찾느냐? 같은 식으로 접근. 거기도 똑같이 두 가지 조건을 만족하는 게 기저인데 그러면 그 안에 기저 하나만 찾으면 그 기저의 안에 있는 벡터의 개수가 바로 그 벡터 스페이스 V의 디멘전이 되는 거예요. 그걸 다 구장해서 배운 거예요. 자, 그리고 이제 트리비얼 솔루션, 트리비얼 서브스페이스, 요거 제로 벡터 하나만 있는 거. 디멘전은 뭘까? R1이 디멘전이 1이지. 그럼 R0, 이 제로 벡터 하나밖에 없는 거. 이거는 뭐야? 디멘전이 1보다 낮아야 될 거 아니야. 그래서 0이라고 정의합니다. 1차 독립 벡터 하나도 존재하지 않으니까. 그러니까 1차 독립인 벡터가 그 안에 하나도 없으니까 그냥 0. 디멘전은 0이라고 정의하는 거예요. 자, S가 Rn 안에 있어요. 그러면 팔로우는 S가 리니어 인디펜던트면 그냥 무조건 기저가 되는 거야. Rn 안에 있는 N개의 벡터들이 1차 독립이기만 하면 그냥 저절로 스팬하게 돼서 그냥 그 기저가 되는 거예요. 근데 만약에 또 S가 Rn을 스팬한다 그러면 Rn 안에 있는 N개의 벡터가 Rn을 스팬하기만 하면 볼 것도 없이 그냥 1차 독립이야. 그쵸? 그러니까 뭐 예를 들어 R5를 주고 5개 벡터를 주고 1차 독립인 것만 찾기만 하면 그게 기저가 되는 거야. R5에서 5개 벡터를 주는데 그게 R5 스팬해. 그러면 1차 독립 확인할 필요도 없이 그냥 그건 기저야. 그 두 조건이 다른 게 아니라는 의미를 지금 얘기하는 거예요. Rn 안에 n개 벡터가 있을 때는 그때는 둘 중에 하나만 조건만 확인하면은 나머지는 저절로 따라 나오는 것이 되는 것을 앞에서 증명한 거예요. 그 다음 디터미넌트, 그러니까 R3 안에 요 세 개 벡터가 디터미넌트가 0이 아니죠. 그러니까 이게 리니어 인디펜던트지. R3 안에 있는 세 개 벡터가 1차 독립이니까 그냥 볼 것도 없이 위에 정리에 의해서 그냥 기저인 걸 확인할 수 있는 것이죠. 그렇죠? 그 다음 5번째 정리. S가 Rn의 기저라고 한다면 그러면 기저라고 한다면 이게 S가 Rn 안에 있는 서브스페이스의 기저라고 한다면 Rn 안에 있는 서브스페이스 V의 기저라고 한다면 그러면 이 V 안에 있는 every 벡터는 can be written as a unique linear combination of the vectors in S. 이 VK들의 1차 결합으로 유일하게 표시된다는 거예요. 유일한 거 증명할 때는 어떻게 해요? 그냥 만약에 V가 이렇게도 쓰여지고 이렇게도 1차 결합으로 쓰일 수 있다면 이 TI들이 다 일치한다는 것만 보이면 되죠. 이 두 개가 같으니까 빼면은 0벡터가 되지. 근데 요게 1차 독립이지? 그러면 요 개수는 다 뭐가 돼야 돼? 0이 돼야 되지. 그러니까 TI들이 다 같아. TI하고 TI 프라임이 같을 수밖에 없죠. 그러니까 유일하지. 그러니까 유일하다는 거 보일 때 그냥 두 개가 존재한다면 그 둘은 같을 수밖에 없다. 이렇게 보면 되는 거예요. 무조건. 그 다음에 S가 이렇게 있을 때 요것들은 요 네 개의 벡터가 있죠. R3 안에. R3 안에 네 개의 벡터가 있으면 보면 알겠지만 이 3, 4, 5는 이렇게 쓸 수도 있고 이렇게 쓸 수도 있어요. 유일하지 않게 표현되지. 그러니까 당연히 요 알파, R3 안에 있는 네 개의 벡터는 기저가 될 수가 없는 거예요. 기저면 유일하게 표현이 돼야 되는데 하나의 벡터가. 근데 유일하게 표현되지 않잖아. 그러니까 대우에 의해서, 컨트라 포지티브에 의해서 기저가 될 수 없는 거지. 그렇죠? 1차 독립일 수도 없고. 그래요. We finish up, we just finished the section 7.1 and there are other sections. Then you go through in this website. If you have a difficulty, then you can go to look at my all the lectures in English and Korean as your choice. Then if you find any difficulties, feel free to ask. Then we will clear those up in a week to finish up chapter 7. Any questions? Class dismissed.